Hey, this is Joe again and welcome back to the Dark Souls Maps Challenge, the series where we try to recreate the entire map of Dark Souls entirely from memory without looking up anything in between. Today we're taking care of the Catacombs, which is one of the more complicated places to remember. And here we're watching the ×4 time-lapse of me drawing the place. So you're coming in from Firelink Shrine, going down like a spiral staircase, leading to a little room, to which attaches another room, where I didn't know the how it attaches, so I just drew it straight on, but I'm not sure about that. And in this next room there will be a door that has to be opened by pulling a lever, which is right around the corner. Here are some skeletons attacking you and also a flying skeleton skull. And they will get respawned as long as the necromancer is alive, who's standing in the same room with the lever and the bonfire that I drew off there. Now painting in the staircase so that you can see it's a staircase. So, as to be said again, I'm not sure about the attachment of those two rooms to each other, but the offshoot room and the second room are like that. So, and you're going through this gate, going through a hallway, and then you come out in this long, what do you call it? This long valley, this long rift that you walk along. And you kill a few skeletons, you go over a bridge and you enter this catacomb-like area. We're in the catacombs, so of course it's catacomb-like. This has some offshoot rooms, and in one of those offshoot rooms there's a necromancer. And somewhere down here is also a necromancer, and if you go through the catacombs you're coming to a window overlooking the first room of the catacombs again, where you can drop down. So this is how I depict that. And you go out there and you come to the next bridge that you can walk over. But first you should go right around this corner, and if you come here early in the game then Patches will be here, and if you come here later in the game he will already have moved on. This depends on Ria's mission progress. Yeah, you go over that bridge that you can turn around with using a lever. That's where Patches is, in that upper nook. And then you go to this circular room that has a staircase going down, which is like several floors, and there are several rooms attached to that, but I didn't draw that. So if I draw enemies here that are outside of the level boundaries, there always are the floating skulls, and the other ones are the skeletons. And I tried to mark the necromancers with the X, but I'm not sure about every necromancer positioning. Especially this one that I'm now drawing, I'm not sure whether that's a necromancer or an archer, but I know that this is a necromancer. And there are several skeletons all around, and more floating skulls, and traps, spear traps. This is Patches, he's guarding a lever here. I'm not sure whether he will be pulling the lever to drop you to death or not. He could be the kind of man to do so, but I don't even think he does here. So if you go down that spiral staircase, the room will still be circular, of course. There are like 4 or 5 different floors to this, so I'll just draw one room attached to this, but there are several rooms from which you can drop down and follow weird different pathways. I'm just saying, yeah, there are rooms here. I'm drawing this one as a reference. So you can go, there will definitely be an offshoot of this going out where you can drop onto the next walkway to the next bridge. There will be an enormous straight way out of this, leading to the next bridge. If you go not to the bridge but the other side, you actually have to go to the other side first, because there's a ladder you have to climb up, and at the end of that ladder awaits your lever you have to pull to turn the bridge again, so that you can walk the second bridge. And this is an illusory wall, which you can go through to find the hidden bonfire. because these catacombs have a hidden bonfire. So you go over the bridge, and you go into a room that has a staircase in it, but I'm not sure about its direction. And you have to go somewhere to then reach a ladder to goes down to the next room, but I'm not sure how that attaches yet. And you can go on this side, which is the other, the same end of the cliff that you entered the cliff side from, like the same end of the valley. There's like a little thing there where there's some floating skeletons attacking you, and if you follow that, you can go to like a big tomb area. Inside there is the sarcophagus you can enter to enter Nito's Covenant. You have to have Eyes of Death with you for that to work. And you can also, from the circular area, you can also go an offshoot and then drop into the antechamber of this. This room definitely has like some attachments that are symmetrical, that are going like out from each other, so that I put in that. And then around the corner somewhere there is the sarcophagus you have to enter. And you have to have Eyes of Death with you. I will later draw in an item that specifies that there are Eyes of Death lying straight there. So about the attachment of this room, I'm not sure. I only know that it has a balcony up there, and that if you then go down, you can continue there. What am I doing now? Why was I waiting so much? I wanted to fill in the enemies. Yeah, there's a necromancer in there, definitely in one of the rooms. I think it's the lowest floor room. There's some skeletons there, some skeletons here. Those are skeletons and floating heads. Those are also skeletons. And now, if you go in here, you enter a long chamber in which there is a Titanite demon awaiting you at the end, guarding one of the most important items of the Catacombs, which is the Darkmoon Seance ring. That's the ring you have to use to be able to enter how is it called? He is Gwendolyn boss fight there, and if you choose to not fight against the Titanite demon, or if you're done with that, you go like a walkway that leads away from there. I'm not sure about the shape of this walkway, it's just generally going somewhere here that will lead into a room from which you can drop down back to the room that you were in before, or you can also take a ladder up to something, and I don't know how that attaches, or you can drop down some holes. And if you drop down those holes, that will lead you to a lower place. But if you go up the ladder, this will lead you to some rooms, and that will lead you back to like the starting Catacombs area. You will drop into that first room from above. So now I'm drawing the big chamber at the bottom of the abyss. It roughly has this shape, and now I'm trying to just draw in things so that I can later see how they would connect on the upside, because I know that one end of this cave has like a curved hallway going away from it with a ladder at the end. This is the only way you can use to go to upstairs Catacombs again without using a warp, because you can go here before having warp. This offshoot that I'm drawing now is where Vardos, the hidden smith, is. He is a dwarf, I think. He smashes the wall that's there the moment you enter. But you have to enter there by dropping into the middle of that circular staircase thing. And the other side, the other offshoot there, is where you drop when you drop down those two holes that I spoke about. So I had to realign that to see where the ladder would lead, and it seems it would lead to the place where the Nito Covenant sarcophagus is. So it's somewhere there it attaches, but I don't know exactly where there. This is the Pinwheel boss fight arena. At the end you'll have to climb up a few a few ladders, go to like a cliffside overlooking the Tomb of Giants, and from there you can follow Patch's glowing stones that he set out there for you to find. Or you can turn around, go back this shortcut and drop again into the big room. Yeah, Pinwheel's rather easy boss fight, just now adding in some enemies. These enemies are assholes. They are the bone wheels. Nobody likes the bone wheels. And there's like items lying on ledges. I just remember them being items. I don't remember which items they are specifically. And here we are with the completed map. I drew in all those arrows, which drops where. Most important thing is that I didn't know is this. No idea where this ladder attaches. But if I pull them up above each other, I know it's... If you come down this ladder, I know Vados is left, and I know that thing is at the other end of the bottom of the valley to the right. So I know exactly where that this aligns to that, and this aligns to that. And I know that this goes around this corner, which leaves this ladder only to be going up somewhere in this area, but I have no idea how it attaches, no idea at all. So I drew that question mark there. Otherwise, I think I talked about everything. Bonfires, I marked there actually 3 bonfires in here. One of them at Vados' place was added in the remastered version for you to be able to warp to all the blacksmiths. And this is actually, I think that's the only gameplay change in the remastered version. Pinwheel drops the Rite of Kindling, which you need to go above 10 Estus flasks. And I definitely remember in my playthrough going into the Catacombs, in my playthrough that I did here as a Let's Play, that I went down here to get that Rite of Kindling before going to Ornstein and Smough, because I wanted to have 20 Estus for that. And so you can go down here, and I know that this ladder eventually will lead to the place that lets you go back up this stairway and back to Firelink Shrine. Yeah, next episode we will take care of the Tomb of the Giants. Have a nice day. See you next week.